In this video, we're just going to have a look at the difference between using hooks and then using the WooCommerce single product builder. So just to give an idea of what we're looking at, for example, here on the album page, we have used hooks to move the ratings up to the top here. And then we've just installed plugins. And as you can see, the plugins still insert their content where we expect the content to go. So having a look at that, another page built with hooks, which took quite a bit of change then, was the t-shirts, where we have the 3-column layout, and then we still have third-party plugins. And for example, the size chart was a third-party plugin that inserted the size chart. And then also we have things like the top rated rating here, which was then inserted using a hook. So we just want to have a look and see how this would compare now. This was also inserted here on the left using a hook, and let's have a look and see how that would compare if we were going to use the WooCommerce product builder to create similar layouts. So back to the shop then, and we're going to have a look at the accessory layout, because the accessory layout is pretty much the standard layout. So it's very much the simplest of all the layouts that are available here. So to get started then, we head over to Oxygen. We're in the template section, and we're going to add a new template, and we're going to target the single product page, and we're going to target the accessory. So single accessory products. Right, and we'll inherit the main as usual, and this is going to be singular, and this is going to be a singular for product. So there's products, and we need to have a look and see which one we're going to look at. So only apply if taxonomized as all of the following. So that would be the way to go. And the taxonomies we're going to choose, we're going to use the taxonomy will be product category, and we're going to look for accessories. So there we go. So we are going to apply this to anything in the accessories, and I'm just going to give that a priority of 1, and we'll publish that. And then we'll head over to Oxygen now, and okay, just saving. Right, so Oxygen busy loading. Right, Oxygen loaded, and let's get started. So I'm going to open up the structure pane, and then we're going to head over here to plus. We go to WooCommerce, and now I'm going to look to add the product builder. So we have the product builder. Of course, that's way too big. So what I'd like to do is actually pull this into a section. So we'll just add a quick section here, basics section, and right, so there we have our product in the section, and that's looking a bit better. And then of course I'm going to be using the product builder, so I'm going to be putting in my own structure. So inside the product builder then we're going to add columns, and it'll just be the 2 columns. And then we're going to start adding the various elements. So let's expand that. So in the first column, I'm going to add the WooCommerce elements, and we're going to look for the product images. So the product images will go on the left hand side as normal, and then on the right hand side we're going to add the rest of the options. So it'll be the product title, and now you'll see that as we add, let's add the product price, let's add the we can already do the product meta, we can do the price, we have the product excerpt, And then we need to also add the product add to cart button. So and I think that is pretty much the basics. And now what we want to do is just move them around. So the excerpt I'll put under the title, then we have the price, and then the product meta will move to the bottom, and we have yeah, something like that. And what I'm going to do then is just enlarge that price a little bit. Right, so this is really just to see how and what the difference is between hooks and using the builder as we have it here. So there we've pretty much put our product together. The top title there, the font size way too big. I'm just going to drop that down. So that's pretty much the basic layout. And then what we want to do now, we have these two elements. Now what we'd like to do is follow that with the perhaps the product tabs. So let's do that. So we want to add that after the column. So add, and we're still in the product builder, and we're just going to look here for images, card, product tabs. Right, we have the product tabs, and then the final option that we're going to have a look at here then is related products. Right, and there we have the related products, which has added itself. Let me just move that under product tabs. Right, so there we have the related products. So we're pretty much set to go. We're going to save that. And now we'll head over to the website, and then if I go to accessories or product and accessories, we should now see that layout. So there we have the layout that we've just created. And immediately you'll see that some of the changes that we made via hooks have not taken effect. So let's just open another tab here. So you'll see that when we used the hooks in WooCommerce, we were able to insert the rating, the top rated product, and you'll see that that applies to all the products. So irrespective of the layout, they all have this review which comes in under the title. In this case, the title's in a slightly different position, but it's still inserted automatically. So if you're going to go with the WooCommerce builder, then you can't use the hooks at the same time because it doesn't work in the same way. So in this case, that hook that we created using to insert the content below the title with the rating won't have any effect. The other thing then as well is let's have a look at a plugin. So one of the plugins that I've used here quite successfully, if we go to music, for example, is we have this size chart. So we used the size chart there, and we've used it on some of the other products. So let's see what happens if we were to use the size chart plugin now to add a size chart to that particular product. So I'm going to head over here then to the size charts, and then I'm going to add a size chart for accessories. So let's say add new, and let's go accessories, and we're going to apply this now to a product category. So product categories, and we're going to say accessories, right? So there we have the size chart, and we'll call this accessories sizes, and then here we will add some before text, and then here maybe we'll just have two sizes. So we'll say country A, or let's just say size, description and size, description and size, and let's just say US, EU, to US 8, or let's say medium. So the description is medium and large, and the size in the US is 38 to 40, and we'll just add another one here and say size in the UK is 7 and 9, something along those lines, and then add some after. So right there we have the standard size chart created. So technically what should happen now is that when I go to my accessory, that size chart should be available, and it's not. So when you're working with the product builder within WooCommerce, you have to remember then that you need to insert these plugins in a different way. So what we'd have to do here is get the shortcode. Here's the shortcode for that particular plugin. We can copy that. Now we can head over to the builder, and we can insert that in the builder wherever we want. So perhaps then what we'll do here is after the pennant, we will add a shortcode. So WordPress shortcode, pop that in, and that will display the shortcode. What we're looking for is that little icon that would then create the pop-up, because the normal way that the shortcode would work, for example, here where we were using the standard layout, but then using WooCommerce hooks to move the content around, if we clicked on size chart, we would then have a pop-up appear with a size chart in it. Now that we're using the visual builder from Oxygen, of course, that's not going to be possible now. And what we'd have to do now with the size chart is, instead of allowing for a pop-up, we would have to look at inserting it in another way on the page. So let's just save that, head over to the front end. We can refresh. Let's go back to accessories, and we can go into any accessories here. We were working on the pennant. So there we have the size chart now. And that will appear then, of course, on all the accessories pages, accessory sizes, but we're not going to get the link with the pop-up that just says click here and then you get the light box open. So, and to just prove that, if I go over here to my Oxygen templates, and we're looking at single accessory products, and what I'm going to do is change that status from published to draft. And now when I refresh the page, I'm pretty sure we'll go back. Yeah, we're back to the standard layout. You can see the standard layout, be the first to review this product. And also what happens now is we have the size chart link. So just be aware that if you do go the WooCommerce route with Oxygen Builder and you're using the single product builder, that some of the plugins that you install aren't going to work in the same way as they do if you go with the default layout from WooCommerce and then use hooks to move things around. And so I just thought I would highlight that fact. Some plugins do have shortcodes, but in this case the shortcode just displayed the actual size chart and not the pop-up. So you'll have to see how that goes with different products. And then also here we had an option to be the first to review this product, and that's not available automatically then in the product builder. So that's just then to highlight the difference between using hooks. With hooks you can insert content quite quickly. With WooCommerce you might find that you'd have to compromise on a feature if you're going to go with the WooCommerce product builder page. Well, I hope you found that useful, and thank you for watching.